Hi guys, Peter Finch here, teacher professional down at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester. A dreary Manchester today, unfortunately, so we've had to come inside. I apologise if it's a bit dark, but it is literally the apocalypse outside. So we're going to be doing some indoor filming today on fairway woods and how to hit better fairway woods, both off the tee and then off the deck as well, so off the fairway. I've had quite a few comments off subscribers just asking me how they should play this shot, and it's not an easy shot by any means, so I don't want to lure anyone into a false sense of security. This will take a bit of practice to get used to hitting fairway woods off the ground. Off the tee's a little bit easier, but because it's so close to the surface, actually gathering it up and sweeping it away isn't easy. But there's a few key ways that you can certainly make your chances of playing this shot a lot more successful. And that starts with the setup. Now, I bang on about this quite a lot in my teaching. You've got to make sure that you are set up correctly. If you're not set up correctly, then you're adapting your swing around your setup. And it shouldn't be that way. Your setup should be solid, and that'll give you a better chance to hit better shots. Now, with the fairway wood, this is especially important. If we start off with, we'll start off with the easier of the two. So off the small tee, so if you wanted to play for position off a par 4 or a par 5 or a long par 3, just knock it down there, lift it up off the ground slightly and make it slightly easy for yourself. With a fairway wood, it only needs to be slightly off the ground, like a driver. Well, with a driver you need pretty much half the ball over the top edge of the club. With a fairway wood, just give yourself just a little bit of lift off the ground, just so it lifts the ball pretty much into the centre of the club face. That's all you really need with a fairway wood. You don't need much more than that. Any more than that, because of the shallowness of the face, with most 3 woods, you'll kind of bring a sky shot into the question. Obviously, that's not what you want. So just a small tee height is absolutely fine. Now, follow this setup to actually get a consistent strike on your fairway wood shots. Dead simple to do. Now, I popped an alignment stick here so you can see a little bit better what I'm actually doing. Normal grip. I've got a Rocket Balls 3 wood here, so it's a bit longer than normal, so I take a little bit of a grip down, just leave about 1 inch at the top. If your 3 was like a normal length, not a tailor-made one, because they are very long at the moment, just take your normal grip. But with this one, I'm gripping slightly down. I'm getting my feet pointing straight at the ball together at address. I'm going to put the club behind the ball. I'm going to fan my left foot out. I'm going to take a step with my right, so my feet are getting shoulder width apart, and then just add a little bit of a step with the left foot. Now that's automatically going to bring my ball position just inside my left heel, and that'll allow me to strike this shot a little bit more on the upstroke. So I don't really want to be striking down on a fairway wood shot. I want to be gathering it up at the bottom of my swing arc, which I will describe in a moment. So I've got that set up. With my spine angle, I'm going to be tilted slightly away from the target. Again, this is going to help me hit it slightly on the upstroke. So spine angle tilted slightly away from the target. My club, my hands aren't getting ahead of the ball. They're set level, or even just a little bit back of the ball if I want to get it very, very high. So they're set pretty much level with the ball slightly back. And my swing, I'm just going to focus on keeping it very long, very wide, and then at the point of impact, really gathering that ball up at the bottom of my arc and staying behind it, almost leaning my spine slightly away from the target. So with that solid setup, you go ahead and have a bit of a practice at that. I'll take that one. So that's how you can hit it off the actual tee. Now, when it gets off to the fairway, the setup becomes doubly important. You really need to focus on a few things. Now let's talk about, well, let me talk to you about swing arc for a second, because that's important, and that's why the setup is so important as well. Now, swing arc is the kind of the circular motion that the club takes around the body, and every single club arc bottoms out at a certain point when it gets near the ground. Now, with the irons, because your ball is slightly further back in your stance, your hands are slightly ahead of the ball, should be at impact, your swing arc actually bottoms out just after the ball, and that's why you take a divot, and that's why a very, very clean strike is ball first, then turf, then a nice little divot being produced. You don't really want to be producing a divot with your woods, so you want your swing arc to bottom out at the ball. So rather than after the ball, you want your swing arc to bottom out at the ball, and that's why our ball position is just forward in the stance. So as you're coming into the ball, the swing arc gets lower and shallower, bottoms out at the ball, and then lifts up after impact. And that's really important, and that's why all these little setup things are so important as well, because it helps get that swing arc bottoming out at the ball. So I'll stop banging on about arc and I'll get a setup for this one. Now, with the ball off the actual deck, if it makes you feel slightly comfortable, you can have it slightly further back in the stance, but that's a pretty high tariff shot and it will cause a slight steepening of your arc and your angle of attack, so just be careful about that. But if the lie is particularly poor and you need to get it up in the air, well, you need to actually get contact with the ball first, you can move it slightly further back in the stance, but just be wary of what that entails. But it's pretty much the same setup with a good lie as I'm using off the tee. So fanning my left foot out, taking a step with my right, a little bit of a comfort step with my left there, getting my spine slightly tilted away, a long wide swing, and I'm just trying to gather the ball up at the bottom of my swing arc. I'm not trying to hit down, and I'm most definitely not trying to scoop it up. I'm just trying to get my club traveling low to the ground, bottoming my swing arc at the ball, and then letting it rise up naturally. So off the fairway. Nice again. Drawy, but not too bad. So that's how setup and your swing arc will affect how you strike your fairway woods. And like I said, it's not an easy technique to get. It is probably one of the most high tariff shots. But using that setup, a wide swing, and making sure the swing arc bottoms out at the ball, that's the one. You'll definitely be more successful. Now, give that a go. Use it on the practice range and use it on the course. Put attention to your setup. Make sure it's bang on. Understand how you want your swing arc to work and what your kind of setup positions, and if you trace it back to your irons, how your different setup positions in your swing arc affect your irons with the divots and how you can move that back for the woods. You'll definitely play better shots if you understand the concept of that. But leave your comments in the box below. Please let me know how you're getting on. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up and feel free to share it around as well. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter as well. It'd be great to hear back from you. So, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to go put my jacket on because I'm absolutely effing freezing. And I will see you down here next time, in the sun, hopefully.